Hey guys, got a task ahead of me today. Now that I got my arcade done, figured I'd take these out for one last run before it gets too cold. And it was a little chilly today, 50 degrees here, so I had to richen them out a lot. But I managed to run all my cars. They all ran good. The Savage XL has some kind of issue with it. I'm not sure what yet. Engine revs and it doesn't go anywhere, so I don't know if the spur gear is, I don't think it's stripped, but maybe the clutch is loose, too loose or something like that. I'm not sure. It was going and then it stopped and then it started going again on its own, and it ran fine until it was almost out of gas completely, and then it started revving and it wasn't moving anywhere. Even with it lifted off the ground, the wheels aren't spinning. So I gotta tear that one apart and see what's wrong. Stampede there ran good, ran perfect, and Jado ran perfect. The Nitro Fortec ran good until the front belt came off for the front wheel drive. So then it only had rear wheel drive, which was pretty cool because I was drifting in the leaves and everything. It's kind of drifting, so that was fun. And then I've got the electrics out, which I don't run too much because it's so slow, but I think over the winter I'm going to put a brushless in there, get that thing up to speed, make it more enjoyable. I wanted to get an electric for the winter, that way I had something to run in the winter, because the nitros are just too hard to tune and they don't like the cold weather too much. And then the Revo, I'll show you the Revo. This is the only one I didn't run today. This has the Spectrum DX3S transmitter for it, and it had the RPM sensor hooked up. And I guess what happened was it came loose or whatever, the wires ripped out, and they must have touched together and shorted out, and it would be going fine, and then all of a sudden you would be at full throttle and it would just stick there. You know, you wouldn't be able to control anything with the transmitter because it was shorting out the receiver, I guess. And it ran about full speed into the side of my house from, you can't really see it, but all the way out where those trees are. It came down this way, smashed right into this wall, which at the time I thought nothing was broken. The only thing that looked damaged was one of these screws here were bent, so I replaced the screw and everything I thought was good. And then I noticed that what else, something was wrong with one of the transmission gears. I believe I had to replace a gear in the transmission, and I think something else, I can't remember what it was now. But once I went to put it all back together, I noticed that the spur gear and the clutch bell aren't aligned right, and you can see how the engine is on an angle forward. So people over at RC Nitro Talk told me that the frame's probably bent. You can see where it was hitting the air filter. The spur gear was actually cutting into the air filter. So I can't even get the air filter on really right now. So that's sitting there waiting for a new frame. That's like a $60 part in itself. And then I forget, I guess I'm going to need a new air filter too, because that one's cut up. I think there was something else that I just can't remember what else it needed, but that might have been it, just the frame, I guess. So that one will be sitting for the winter. I got it all after run oiled and everything now, and it'll just sit there until I get extra money to fix it. I've been devoting most of my time to arcades, so now that I got them all squared away, and I do have two fans I want to put in the Sharpshooter and in the Area 51. Sharpshooter already has one fan in it. It just kind of blows air out of the power supply, but the air doesn't escape the cabinet. So I may put some holes in that one and put a fan in there. And probably the same thing for Area 51. I don't even know if that has a fan at all. There might be one, I guess, on the power supply once again. But I'm going to put another one in there, I think, just to keep them a little cooler. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm really particular about my RCs. I like to take care of them, so I always have to run oil them and clean the air filters, clean them up really good. So, man, figure an hour in RC, and the electric shouldn't be too bad because the battery died on that like 15 minutes after running it, so that one's not too bad. The Nitro Vortex Supra is probably going to be one of the worst because I was running it through leaves. Because it sits so low to the ground, it was just kind of acting like a shovel and shoveling all the leaves and junk and dirt inside the body, so that's probably bad. Probably the same thing with the Jado running through the leaves. Stampede's not too bad, and the Savage XL, I did a little off-roading, sort of like a crawling expedition down in the field, down around that pond over there. So it got a little wet, so that one might be a little bitch to clean. But you can see all the leaves I was running them through and everything. Didn't really hit any jumps or anything, so I didn't bother to take the camera out. I just figured I'd get one last run, enjoy them while it's somewhat still semi-warm, and I can probably get one more run in with them. So I figured I would take them out and get one last run before winter, before I clean them up really good and just let them sit until spring, till the weather gets warm enough. Charging up my batteries too. Making some hot wings, some fries, and some chicken, spicy chicken too, so it'll be one of those days. Alright, I just figured I'd show you guys what I've been up to today and give you a little update on my RCs. I know all the people that are in the RCs that subscribe to me, they're probably wondering, why is he posting all these arcade videos? Well, they kind of took a back seat because of the weather and everything. It was really cold and we had some snow, and I was inside in the heat working on these things, but I figured I'd get one more run. Like I said, brushless Ruckus, hopefully this winter, if I have the funds. Either way, I'll be running the Ruckus in the winter, whether it's brushless or not. But I'd like to get a brushless motor in there to get it a little faster. Thanks for watching.